Good morning, I'm Aziff Azuddin, you're watching Morning Headlines, and it's the 24th of September. Now, we've had Azmin Ali, who was just sworn in yesterday as the new Selangor MB, and I guess today I want to look across at how these different papers are actually reporting it, or at least their biases towards Azmin Ali. So we have the Star, first of all, with the headline, "I'll get cracking." So it's nice to know that the Star has decided to take on a stance where it's all about what he's gonna do, as opposed to what he is, because if you're gonna go to what he is, then we have these papers to deal with. We have Malay Mail with the headline, "From goat herd to critic to MB." Of course, it's a very nice but also very strange picture. It has a very red front page. Now, Malay Mail has decided to go on a more prolific route, talking about Azmin's life and how he used to be a kampong boy and is now, of course, one of the most powerful men in Selangor. And of course, you can see inside with headlines like, "Azmin pledges to be responsible MB, kampong boy rises to become state's most powerful, mother's blessings." So it's very personal. It shows who Azmin is as a person. I guess it's important to know the person, right? But it's also equally important to know what his policies are and what he's going to do for the state, which I think is why the MB crisis came about. And this is something carried by two papers, and I think it's worth looking at how contrasted these two papers are carrying the issue. Azmin puji Khalid, and we have Utusan Malaysia. Azmin critic Khalid. Which one is which? You decide. Azmin critic Khalid. However, if you decide to look inside Utusan and read the report a bit more closely, you'll see is actually Azmin critiquing Khalid about his decision to fire Anwar as the state's economic advisor. So it's actually really one really peripheral view on one smaller issue. Azmin puji Khalid basically is Azmin praising Khalid for the very strong base that he's already built. As it was, Selangor is the richest state in Malaysia right now with 3 billion in the reserves. But of course, what's going to happen to the reserves is also another question. What's more interesting, at least for this headline carried by The Sun, which is "No Interference," they have decided to bring forward the voice of the palace, right? Because a lot of people are questioning the moral decision, or at least the political decision behind the Sultan in selecting Azmin. I mean, Azmin's appointment was pretty much a surprise to most people because PKR and DAP clearly wanted Dr. Wan Azizah as the new MB, whereas PAS, of course, took the different route entirely, and Azmin comes out of nowhere and is now Menteri Besar, quite officially. But what I recommend is for you to go to Free Malaysia today and of course read up this one interesting commentary on how the Sultan played the politics in choosing Azmin Ali as the MB. The link is right in the descriptor if you're interested. But of course, the question is the constitutional one, and we'll need more analysis from our lawyers. That is, if they're not going to be charged under sedition for saying so. Now, the New Straits Times, of course, they have the headline talking about bitterness over Azmin. Now, if you look at the inside pages, it's quite antagonistic towards Azmin, bringing in all the bad points, as Utusan would have done it as well. But I think what's prominent is the lack of Azmin's photo on the front page, but instead here we have a picture of Nicole David, who won us 5 gold medals at the Asian Games. Congratulations to both of them, that is. Berita Harian, same route. No picture of Azmin at all, but we have the headline here, which is not about Azmin actually. Penjamin tak mudah bankrupt. So apparently it's about the amendment of the Bankruptcy Act. A story, if you're interested in reading, of course you can go for it. But they have a picture of Azmin here, very small. But of course, getting back to the Star with Azmin saying, "I'll get cracking," is of course the biggest question now is that Azmin has a lot of things to review, such as the bubble rate confiscation, which needs to be reviewed and resolved. We have the Kidex controversy. We have the water deal, which was established by Khalid. So there's a lot of things Azmin needs to get done on the table and fix off, especially the infighting that is going on in Pakatan. But I guess I want to end today's note on something which is not Azmin related, and that's a story carried by Harian Metro on the front page, which is di Baham Biawak. So what's happened here is that an 8-month-old baby was mauled and attacked by a monitor lizard in Pulau Tioman, right? Of course, authorities have said that the biawak was most likely hungry, and not only that, is that one of the reasons was because the habitat was close to where the house was, and that the surrounding area was probably filled with rubbish. So when it comes to environmental questions, right, I mean, one of the reasons why wildlife comes into the urban areas is mainly because of urbanization moving these animals out into our areas. So are the animals really to blame in this sense? Looking at it from a media point of view, Harian Metro is as gory as usual. They have a very grueling photo here of the child being mauled by the monitor lizard. Quite scary, really. And my word of the day today is let's get cracking. Cracking eggs. Omelets, what you like? Would you like omelets? Do you like scrambled, or do you like fried eggs? What I'm trying to say here is that there are many ways to cut the Azmin issue apart, and depending on how Azmin will carry forward, I think the next 100 days is not a honeymoon period for him, but it's for him to get things running and hope that despite all the mess that Kajang Move made about, despite all the political infighting in Pakatan, the eggs will crack the right way. I'd like to have mine omelette, please. And that's all I have for you for this morning's headlines. If you've enjoyed this video, click that subscribe button, but also don't forget to watch our other videos. We have BFM 89.9 seconds, we have Kupas, and we have this new awesome show called Sikilas. So watch these videos and enjoy your day.